Hey everybody, this is another show we call Box Seats where we talk about sports with comedians. We have a great conversation and I'm waiting for the guys to jump in today. But normally what we do is we talk about all the stuff that's going on, the hot topics in the sports world recently, stuff that everybody's talking about. We make sure we cover them all. As we wait for the comedians to join the show, let me just throw out some of the topics that we're going to be talking about today. It's obviously some of the stuff that's going on in the NFL. We're going to be talking about a lot of the games that happened this weekend. We're going to talk about some of the big games that's happening this weekend. And as we do that, we're going to be making sure we cover who we think is going to win and who we think is going to lose. And first up is my man, Mr. Lance Woods. Lance, how you doing, bro? How's everything, bro?
Hey, man, I'm sensational, man. I'm great like Section 8. How you feeling, sir?
Great like Section 8. I'm great like Section 8 myself, bro. I got to use that. I got to use that. As we wait for other people to jump in, man, and we talk sports, man. I didn't talk about the weekend games with you from this past weekend, but what I'm going to do, skip that, scratch that. I'm going to talk about this upcoming week of games as we wait for other cats to join. And I don't know about you, Lance, but I'm really looking forward to the Bills Ravens game, man. I'm really looking forward to that. So my first question for you is, will the game be close or a blowout for the Ravens like the previous game when the Ravens played the Bills a couple of weeks ago? I don't know if you remember that, but they blew them out. They blew them out.
Yeah. Will it be a close game? I really want to see Lamar get a ring. So I'm hoping for not a close game. Because this is like a scary game. Even though they blew them out, it's still a scary one, man, because that Bills offense, man, can get cooking, man. And Josh Allen is Josh Allen, man. Josh Allen is a different, like, he's special. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm hoping for a convincing Ravens win with no hiccups.
Right.
That's a tough one to call. I think the Ravens are gonna win regardless. But yeah, it could be a good one. That's a tricky one.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, if you're not following, the Bills didn't have one of their wide receivers. I think it's Amari Cooper. He's going to be. They hadn't even acquired him yet at the time. They got a couple people coming back from injury, so people are looking at this game like this could be the game. So
yeah,
I'm concerned myself as a Bills fan. But who you think got the better offense in your opinion? Because to me, this is the Super Bowl of the whole thing. You know what I mean? Like, obviously there's the Super Bowl, but I think this game is going to be more watched and more, you have more attention on it than any games except for maybe the Super Bowl or be up there. You know what I mean? Unless it's the Ravens versus the Detroit Lions. But I really see a lot more people watching this game this weekend than more. You know what I mean? That's what I see. What you think?
Well, I think the winner of this and wherever the Chiefs land, I think that's going to be the one.
Yeah, you think so?
Chiefs Ravens do some crazy numbers.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
But
what happens if the Chiefs lose? But if the Chiefs lose, then and it's a possibility. Everybody. But I'll get to the Chiefs in a second. But I don't know. I mean,
people hate watch the Chiefs now, so they're watching them to see them lose.
Right.
So
I call it the Patriots syndrome. You know what I mean? Like everybody didn't mind the Patriots. Yeah, nobody minded the Patriots when they weren't winning, but now when you start winning a lot, everybody's like, yeah, they want to see you lose. You know what I mean? So I call it Patriots.
Floyd Mayweather had it.
Huh?
Floyd Mayweather had it.
Yeah. A lot of people have it. And you win a lot, everybody,
You win a lot. Sacramento Kings got it. What? Who said that?
Sacramento Kings ain't got it. Everybody wants to see them win. Doug Christie's doing his thing right now, so.
You know what I mean? Everybody wants, you know what I mean? We was on the 74th West Street. Now they want to see us all crumble. So, all right, man. You know what I mean?
We'll see how that go. I'm gonna get to the NBA in a second, man. But to you, is this the MVP race right now? Because everybody's talking about this could be the MVP race. This is
that conversation for sure. I think regardless of who wins the MVP, they're gonna try to use this game and see if he was the MVP, then he would have won. And however you feel on the opposite end, I think Lamar sold up the MVP. It's hard to not give it to him when he has a better year than his MVP is.
Right, but if he loses this weekend, bro, it changes everything. You know what I mean? If he loses,
when do they actually determine MVP is the question.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask my producer in the background, but I think it was supposed to already have happened. But you know,
That's what I'm saying. It's
I
like,
think yeah, I think voters don't start to really vote until after they watch. But I think the votes was already supposed to be in. But you know, the NFL has this thing where they want what they want to do and people they want to say and all that. Yeah, at the same time, you know what I mean. So there's a lot of that too. But
they
at the
want,
end
they
of the
want some
day,
fresh faces.
yeah, at the end of the day, what are you looking for to see in this game? Like, what by the time this game is over, will you have accomplished your goals by saying, I got to see this, 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 and this, because my thing
So
is, me walking away from this, I'm gonna walk away from this saying, I will look to see if the team is dominant. If the Bills dominantly win or the Ravens dominantly, to me, walking away from that, I'd be like, okay, one of these two teams is going to the Super Bowl to me. That's what I'm taking. That's my takeaway. What's your takeaway?
yeah, I mean, I'm similar. Like, I'm looking for, because I do think the Ravens are the better roster, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking to see if the Ravens can come out and dominate and not play with their food. Get it over with.
Play with their food. I
You
like
know,
that.
it's
Mm-hmm.
the playoffs, so everybody playing hard, but the Ravens got to come out, hit them in the mouth, and get it done the same way they did the Steelers. Get it
Mm-hmm.
over with. Get
Mm-hmm.
get them out of here. You
Yeah.
know, because I feel like I said, I feel like the Ravens are that good.
Yeah, I think so too. All right, so the next game up, man, we got to talk about is the Chiefs and the Texans. And to me, it would everybody's saying that the Texans don't stand a chance. So I guess the question to you would be, do you think the Texans stand a chance? Because in my opinion, I can't front. I think that if there's going to be an upset this weekend, this is one of my two games that could be the upset because I think everybody's overlooking the Texans and they really, really, really are playing ball right now. I like the way they're balling right now. Your thoughts?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's tricky because the Chiefs haven't really played well this year.
Right.
They won every game, but it was missed field goals at the end and just fluky things happening. But it feels like they've been waiting for this moment. Like,
Mhm.
kind of, they just kind of bore through the regular season. We've done this over and over and over and over again. You know what I mean? It's like when you dating a girl and you got to go through the specifics. It's like, I gotta take you out. Let's get to what we've been getting to. I've been getting to this with you for a long time, but
Yeah.
take the lingerie off. I seen it. Let's just get to it. That's
Yeah.
what the regular season looked like for the Chiefs. It's like, oh yeah, woo, yeah, I get it. Enticing. Ooh, sexy. Let's get to it.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
like, I don't even think we've seen the real Chiefs yet this year. This is going to be when we finally see them, and I'm looking for the Chiefs to be the same kind of dominant. Get the
Mhm.
Texans out of here. They don't belong on the field with y'all. That has to be their mindset. They chasing history.
Mhm. Yeah. All right.
The freaking,
Do you think the rust though will kick in? Because when you ain't played, sometimes for some football teams they ain't played. Rust, kicks in and it messes you up sometimes, and sometimes you could slip and lose a game. So
I think that's always the human element is always there
right,
with that, But I lost a lot of money last Super Bowl
you did.
betting on the Niners,
Uh,
but I was betting on the Niners. And in turn, I bet against Patrick Mahomes. And I don't do that no more.
mm-hmm.
So I don't expect the rust to be an issue. If it is an issue, maybe for the first two drives or something. But I expect them to remember how to play football fairly quickly.
Lance,
And
you like everybody else, though. Everybody seems to be overlooking the Texans, man. I mean, everybody. All they're not getting no love on national TV. Nobody's thinking they stand a chance. Nobody. I
yeah,
mean, everybody did that last week too. Like Rex Ryan came out and said, "Oh, this is they a bye week." They a
yeah,
bye week. And
for
I-
sure. And
and
I'm
they,
not overlooking them. I just told you my experience with betting
again,
on the 49 is like, I will no longer bet against them.
yeah, I understand.
So, yeah, I would love for it to be a good game. It's nothing better as a sports fan than when you have no allegiance and you just get to watch a good game.
Who's
You
your
just get
team?
to sit back and just
Yeah.
watch a good game, and you don't care who win or lose. That's what you would love to happen. Now, if I put some money on it, I wouldn't put money on a good game. I would put money on the Chiefs to get them up out of here.
But who's your team anyway?
San Francisco.
Ah, okay. So I
You see what
understand.
I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I've watched a lot of football with no care this year.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, my team's the Patriots, so that's
You know what I'm saying? It
yeah,
was
yeah.
like I mean, it was so many injuries though, man. And then that's another thing too. That NFL window closes really quick.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
really quick. You know what I mean? So you be thinking like, oh, we'll be back next year. You might not make the playoffs next year.
You talking to me? You think I don't know? We've been 4-13 for 2 years in a row, bro. I know that better than anybody. You
You
might
know
not
what I'm
make the
saying?
playoffs.
It's like after
Yeah,
going to the Super Bowl every year, it felt like for 15 years.
20. But yeah, that's in your point. Yeah,
But who's counting?
we were in the AFC East. We won the AFC East for 18 straight years. We were in the AFC Championship game for 4 straight years. We were in the last 3 Super Bowls, 3 Super Bowls. We won 2 out of those 3. I mean, we was in it all the time. We was used to being in it. And then next thing you know, when Tom Brady retires and it all comes crumbling down and
So this is my question as a Patriots fan. Did it hurt when he won in Tampa? Did you feel any
Yep.
kind of way?
Yeah, I felt a whole lot of kind of way. Yeah, I did. I can't even lie. I wasn't one of those dudes I'm a Tom Brady fan and I'm aware of Tom Brady. I was like, no, I'm a Patriots fan first. You know what I mean? So it hurt a lot. But that's a Tom Brady fan. That's a Patriots fan for you. It hurt
Fuck his dreams, fuck his success. It's Patriots. Give a damn about what he do after us.
Yeah, like who cares? I mean that's the same thing with you, right? If Debo went somewhere else and won, suppose you went to the Eagles and they win the Super Bowl, I'm sure you'd be bent, right? Or unless you'd be happy for him.
So this because it's the tricky part, right? When Stafford won with the Rams, Lions fans was thrilled.
Yeah, because the Lions fans weren't in it. You know what I mean? They were like, okay, we ain't in it, so yeah.
Well, because or you think it's because they're not used to being in it, like they ain't never won, so it's like a part of us.
Yeah, because he was there for so long, right? But if your team has been there for a long time and then you don't get there, and then your staff gets there, I bet you if you had circled back around and asked them that after their team had won a Super Bowl, they feel different kind of way. You know what I mean? I understand the whole Matthew. I get all that. I get all that. I'm just not that dude. I'm just
maybe it was because of how they parted ways too.
That had a lot to do with it.
Like Stafford left on the up and up, like it's like go be free, go find a home. We wish you the best. Brady left. It was some little turmoil, a little bad blood. Him and Belichick had some disagreements.
Yeah, they did. They did. And honestly, when Brady left, we didn't think at that time that he was going to go win the Super Bowl. But then once he got a couple of other players, once he signed Rob Gronkowski, I thought it was over. But then once they got that running back, I was like, they definitely winning. And then they got that other wide receiver. And then I think I don't know if it was Antonio Brown. I don't even remember who it was. But they got a couple other pieces they were missing. I was like, oh man, they're gonna win the Super Bowl. Sure enough, they ran. You remember they ran through it. But a lot of my friends are talking about they don't even count that year because it was a COVID year. He won that year during the COVID year. So I don't count it. I mean, I count it because it counts. It's in the books. You know what I mean? Because if we had won it as a Super Bowl for Patriots, it'd count too. You know what I mean? So you got to count it, right?
Everything
you got to count it.
That's how it is with the Lakers. With the Lakers ring in the bubble, it depends on who you a fan of if their ring counted or not.
Yeah. Because I heard people call that the YMCA ring. You know what I mean? Like I heard a lot of people. Yeah.
Some people call it the YMCA ring. Some people call it the why y'all didn't win then ring.
That too. People just everybody got their names because the COVID year, a lot of people don't count that as a lot of things. But since we talk about the Lions, I got a couple of questions about the Lions. And the first question up is: do the Commanders stand a chance against the Lions? And if the game is close, who do you expect to pull it out between the Lions and the Commanders? Because honestly, that's another game I'm looking forward to. I mean, some people have that pegged as they're upset for the Commanders to win. I don't. I think the Lions are going to put their foot in their behind. I don't even think it's going to be close. But what you think? What you think?
Yeah, I think the Lions should win that one pretty convincing too. I mean, if the game is close, I don't see it really being that close. But if the game is close, I still like the Lions. I just love Dan Campbell, man. He just ain't afraid of no moments. and
Right.
in turn, his team ain't afraid of no moments.
Right. But if
You
it's
know,
close though, bro, Jaden Daniel is a scary cat, bro. If it's close, you know what I mean?
for
Yeah.
sure he is. But at the same time, that Lions defense, man, is ferocious, dog. So it's this is going to be another level than what you've seen with Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
not Tampa Bay. This is what I like about Detroit. They can win ugly and they can just go put up points.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So if you want to ugly the game up, because that's kind of Washington's hope is to ugly the game up.
Right. Right.
But you don't want to ugly the game up with Detroit.
Right.
You
Right.
know.
Well, let me ask you another. Oh, before I even ask you the next question, I'm gonna ask one of my producers, Kev, to throw in the link on the Facebook page so we could see if anybody else wants to chime in, because I see some comments coming in about saying you hating and stuff like that. But
They said I was hating.
yeah. Or me, somebody said hating, so it might have been you, might have been me, might have been from YouTube. I can't tell on this
I
side.
don't know. I'm a big hater, so I just want my credit for my hating. I don't want no confusion. I want you to ask me so I can hate directly.
Okay, but I don't even know which way you want to hate. Do you want to hate towards the Lions or you want to hate towards the Commanders? Because honestly, I
They
think
might have been saying you was hating on Tom Brady. That's my guess.
oh yeah, that too could be because I
That's my
was hating.
guess.
I am hating on Tom Brady. I did hate on Tom
I
Brady.
want my credit for my hate. I'll tell y'all exactly why I hate. Just throw the names out there. I tell you, I hate them.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. I'm
I
with you.
wish them no success. I hope they get flat tires in their personal car and in their Ubers.
Yeah, on the way to the game too.
On
Yeah,
everything.
yeah, everything. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. Are we overlooking the Commanders though? Are we too confident to the Lions? I mean, because everybody's talking about how. I mean, I watched this. I had the sports shows on all day while I was doing my work and everything else, and everybody was just like, "Hey, the Lions this, the Lions that, the Lions are going to do this." I was like, man, a lot of confidence over here on the Lions. I don't know.
I mean, is it overlooking or is it respecting the 15-1 or 60, whatever the Lions finish? It's like they showed dominance all year.
Mm-hmm.
The Lions were dominant. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And injuries, and they didn't miss a beat.
yeah, yeah.
So, at some point it's like it's just a level of respect for what you have seen. And what you have seen is this team be consistent all year. Plug in people. This guy ain't there. Well, next guy up. And the productivity of the team has not fell off. So there could be a level of overlooking the Commanders, but I think it's more just really respecting how good the Lions are.
Right. I think so too. So speaking of respect, do we respect the Rams or do we respect the Eagles? Because my man Dave, I'm waiting for Dave. Oh, Dave said he can't. Dave just chimed in, said he can't make it. So I'm talking about to you right now. Do we respect the Eagles? Do we respect the Rams? What's your thoughts on that? Like where are we at on that? Who you got? Eagles, Rams?
I got the Eagles.
Uh-huh.
I got the Eagles. I think this is a big game for the Eagles because the Eagles feel like a team that's scary to trust.
Ooh,
Like
I
as
like
good as
that.
the Eagles are, it's like something about them. They gotta show me.
Hmm.
And it's weird because I mean they've been in the Super Bowl in the past few years. They've shown, but something about the Eagles just I don't know. It's just something you can't put your finger on, but it's like, but I do think they should win that game. If I'm a bet man, I'm gonna put my money on Philly.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm gonna throw this out there. This is my other upset of the weekend. You know what I mean? I have two. I mean, I think the Eagles are overlooking these boys so bad, and the Rams got all these wide receivers back. They playing healthy. And did you see that game that the Rams just played the other day? Like, bro,
Yeah.
I mean, I understand what all the experts are saying. I see all that and everything else, but Cooper Cup and his boys, those boys was catching everything. Like,
Is
I was,
is is the tight end? Is he playing?
yep.
Because he left the game. He didn't come back. He hurt his chest or something.
Yeah, but he's supposed to be playing.
He's playing.
Yeah, he's supposed to be playing. That's why I'm like, everybody keeps overlooking the Eagle, and the Eagles didn't look as dominant like they did. Matter of fact, they looked like they were sleepwalking. To be true, completely honest with you, in the last game, and I'm sitting there saying, if they play like that when they got to go play these Rams are, like, nobody's paying attention to the Rams. You know what I mean? Nobody's paying, and these boys is playing like, we ain't got nothing to lose, so we ain't even supposed to be here anyway.
That
So
offense is scary, man. Matthew Stafford get to cooking.
yeah.
Them receivers, and it's not just Cooper Kupp now.
No, it's not.
Before it was just Cooper Kupp, but he got options now, man. So yeah, that can get scary. I do think they're a little one-dimensional. So if you can kind of get that pass game under control, there's not a lot left. I don't trust the Rams defense at all, especially that pass defense. But how much do you trust the Eagles pass game? You know what I mean? Like,
right. Yeah, yeah.
But I do got the Eagles. I got the Eagles in that one.
Okay. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. I got the Rams. Man. I got the Rams. I'm.
Oh,
yeah,
okay. Hold on. Wait a minute. Yo, everybody quiet down. Yo, quiet on the set. Frank Holder.
Yes, sir.
On January 15th,
yes,
2025 at 2:23 Pacific Standard Time.
Yep.
Has not said he thinks he has picked solid. He has punched his ballot.
Yep.
That the Rams of Los Angeles will defeat the Eagles of Philadelphia. Yep. You got a score?
Yep. I want to say I think they're gonna beat them by a good 10 points. I think they're gonna beat them by 10.
Oh, 2 possession game.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna beat them by 10. I got a lot of reasons why, but I'll say this: Sirianni hasn't coached that good with the Eagles all year. You know what I mean? He hasn't put them in the best position to win. Their QB don't look like he's sharp. It look like he still got a concussion. He looked like he's still trying to get it together. So, I was like, you know what? If he plays sluggish like he did, which I think he will, because I think they rushed him for that concussion protocol. I think they rushed him. And meanwhile, Matthew Stafford is playing, lights out. Their wide receivers are playing lights out. Their front seven is playing lights out. You know what I mean? Their defense is playing. I'm like, everybody keep overlooking the Eagles, and putting the Eagles up there, even though the Eagles defense is good. But yeah, Matthew Stafford and them boys is balling. So I'm definitely standing on this right here. And I could be wrong, but I'm definitely standing on this one right here. That's going to be the upset of the weekend, if you ask me.
Standing on business. Frank Holder is standing on business.
Yeah, I am. And when you come back on Monday, or you could text me after the game, you can be like, Frank, you was wrong, or Frank, you was right. But I want my text, bro. I want my text.
Hey, man, regardless, I'm going to send you the text. You got a text coming from me either way.
Yeah, I want my text.
I like when people stand on their pick. Whatever. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But this is what I feel. Yeah,
because honestly, out of all the games and everything else, you look at certain games, you go, yo, this one is a definite to me. It's like out of the NFC, I think the Lions are going to the Super Bowl. I don't care how you shape it. I don't care what happens. I think the Lions are going to the Super Bowl out of the NFC. You know what I mean? Okay. Out of the AFC, if I had to stand on business right now, I think by the way the teams played, you know what I mean? I think the Ravens are going to the Super Bowl from what I've seen by the way they've played. Because everything, the Ravens are playing much better now. They're playing better than they have all year. So I think they're going to the Super Bowl. I think the Ravens and the Lions are going to the Super Bowl. Now, who's going to win from that Super Bowl? I have no idea. I think it's going to be a really good game. I think, first person to make a mistake is going to lose that game. But I think it's going to be the Lions and the Ravens. I don't know who you got. Who you got?
I think that's the Super Bowl I want as well. That's for sure the Super Bowl I want.
And who do you want to win, and who you think is going to win? Because that's two different things. You know what I mean? Like, who I want to win between the Lions and the Ravens. I don't care who wins, but it'd be great to see the Lions win for certain reasons, and it'd be great to see the Ravens win. But
yeah,
you know what I mean?
I feel the exact same way, and I know that's like repetitive. When you do a sports show, you're supposed to have differing opinions, but I mean, hey, man. I would love to see Lamar Jackson get a Super Bowl ring, because that's all that's left.
Right.
That's all that's left for him. And he's been so close. And like I say, the windows close fast. So like you'll be right there and think it's all good, and then it just you be not in the playoffs next year. It ain't
Yeah.
nothing but a key piece here, either leaving or a weird injury or just other teams making moves. So but the Lions, the Lions ain't won a Super Bowl. It wasn't even this. It was just the last game of the year. It wasn't even called the Super Bowl when they won.
Right.
It was just the end.
Right. Right. Yeah. Because the leagues merged with the time when they got
Yeah,
together. Merged.
yeah.
So yeah.
So when the Lions won the Super Bowl, they were still playing flag. It's been a long time.
It wasn't flag, but
Hey man,
it wasn't flag. I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. But the line, I think this is the Lions' last chance though, too, because they're gonna lose their offensive coordinator, they're gonna lose their defensive coordinator. And you know what happens when you lose your coordinators and your team just starts, what happened? You know
yeah,
what I mean? And you're in trouble. So I don't
yeah,
think that's gonna happen to Baltimore, but never
yeah.
know.
And then how much Jared Goff? It's a lot, man. So if I'm okay, Ravens would be one if I'm who I would like to see win.
Okay.
Lions would be next. Third, probably the Commanders. Of the teams as if you just said, who would you like to see win?
Right.
The Commanders would probably be after that. Next, I wouldn't mind seeing the Chiefs. Like I'm not like one of the people who hates the Chiefs.
Well, I am. I'm just like, nah, I don't want to see the Chiefs at all. I don't want to see them. Yeah.
Yeah. And
I like your list, but you didn't add the Eagles up there. The Eagles, you don't want to see the Eagles win at all? Like not
Eagles will be right after the Chiefs. Like I'm not opposed to the Eagles winning either. You know what I mean? I think like because if Shamar Moore win a championship,
Shamar Moore,
yeah, their quarterback.
Shamar Moore, okay.
Yeah, if Shamar Hurts win the championship, that'd be cool. If you thought all your women was gone now, wait till Shamar Moore win a Super Bowl ring. It's over. It's over. You know what I mean? It's bad enough Jason Tatum. See, Jason Tatum and Shamar Moore go to the same barber. People don't know that.
I can't even believe you were there.
Freshest lineups for a sporting event you've ever seen before.
Yeah, their lineups are tight though. You can't even wow.
Jason Tatum get lined up right before the jump ball.
You think so? He'd be tight. I'm like, bro, would you just step out of the barber chair? Like for real?
Got to. One time he played, he still had the smock around his neck. He didn't even notice till the third quarter. He ripped it off at halftime.
Yeah, I believe that. I believe that.
You still got the cape, the little.
Yeah. Did the brush off thing, like
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You smell like this.
Give that little stuff will be on you. Yeah, I'm with you on that one, bro. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So go ahead. I'm listening.
No, but nah, man, that's that would be cool though, man. But number one would be Lamar.
Okay.
And Derrick Henry for that matter.
Yeah, I definitely don't mind seeing Lamar get it hosting up that trophy because that boy, he's balling. All of them, and the thing I like about him winning the Super Bowl is because nobody wanted him to play QB in the league when he came out in the draft. He was 32nd in the draft. Every team passed on him, every single one. And I bet you if every team could do it again, not one of them would pass on him again. Not one.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure, man. But that's still the black quarterback thing is still real.
Yeah.
It's like little chips.
Yeah.
Little chips away, but it's still a very real thing.
Yeah.
And I know that the league is probably excited to still have Joe Burrows and Josh Allen's.
Yeah.
Because
it's the league. Yeah.
You can see them getting drowned out, and they're like, no, we need one. What?
Yeah.
Sam Darnold. Come on.
With
you know what I mean?
Yeah, something. All right, so let me move on to the NBA, and I got some questions to the NBA. And man, this is gonna hurt some people's feelings. And I was hoping to have some of my boys in today because what I do is I normally get the comics and I line up the questions to match the comics. I know they're going to join. So I won't throw him under the bus yet until he comes there. But I was going to ask some of these questions pertaining to Dallas. But so I'm gonna still ask the questions, and I'm gonna re-ask them again next time a friend of mine jumps in. So what's your thoughts on Klay Thompson joining Dallas? Because right now the record is Dallas is 22-18, fifth in the conference, and they were expecting to be first or second, trying to go to the NBA Finals. Right now, people, if you ask any of these Dallas Mavericks fans, they're kind of depressed, disappointed. The Dallas Mavericks aren't where they thought they were going to be, which is ultimately get back to the NBA championship. Well, at least looking like they're going to get there. What's your thoughts on the Klay Thompson trade?
So what are my thoughts on specifically Klay Thompson being there?
Yep, Klay Thompson being there, the Dallas Mavericks, and yeah.
So my thoughts on that is similar to the Chiefs. They got Klay Thompson for playoff time. They got Klay Thompson. They said, okay, we are here. How do we get to that last step? We were just in the NBA Finals. How do we get past that? And if you feel like Klay Thompson is that piece, I don't disagree with it. It's really just, do you feel like Klay Thompson is a better fit than Tim Hardaway Jr.? That's like an easy way to quantify. Now, because their record is tough because Luka been hurt and Kyrie been hurt.
Right.
So, and even as a fifth seed, the Mavericks feel like as long as they are in, they can compete with anybody. So whether they're the first, I don't think anybody thought they were going to be better than OKC this year, record-wise, in the West.
Right.
They're too much, and they brought everybody back and added Harkenstein and Caruso.
And if I'm not mistaken, you correct me if I'm wrong, I think they were fourth or fifth seed this time last year anyway, and they still went to the NBA Finals. You know what I mean?
For sure,
I think I could be wrong. I think they shocked some people and upset. They definitely had some upsets. You know what I mean? They definitely had some upsets.
Did they played the Clippers in the first round, right? Was that the 4-5 matchup?
Yeah.
Something like that. So if you are Dallas, man, you like, we just got to get in and be healthy when it's time, and we feel like we can compete with anybody. Yeah, that has to be their mindset, because last year they beat the Clippers, the Thunder, and the Mavericks. I mean, not the Mavericks, though, the Timberwolves.
Yep. And nobody thought they were going to pass the Timberwolves, if I remember correctly. Like, everybody was like, "Nah."
Their toughest series was OKC. That was a tough series.
Yeah.
So there's that. I think the Klay Thompson move, like I said, is a move that you make because you think when it's time, he's gonna be ready. When it's time, the way that we play, we got two of the best isolation players you've ever seen, and this is now someone else you cannot help off of.
100.
So if PJ Washington's making shots and Klay Thompson's there, Luka and Kyrie can kind of dance in a way that's like, you can't help, you can't move, you can't lead. And game 6, Klay is a real thing, man. Klay gets hot in a different capacity than other shooters, man. Like,
but he's not the same Klay as we expect to see him. Like, he's not the same Klay. You know what I mean? He's just not. So
they don't need the same Klay. They need a version of Klay that's more dependable than what they had. Because last year, you gotta remember, it was Derrick Jones Jr.
Yeah. Yes. I remember that.
So now which hurts your defense some with Derrick Jones gone, but it's Derrick Jones Jr. and PJ Washington. Now it's Klay and PJ Washington. That's a different kind of thing for your offense.
All right, so let's switch subjects, man, and talk about the New York Knicks now, because we got to talk about the East. The New York Knicks made a trade. They brought Karl Anthony Towns in. They added Mikal Bridges. They added OG Anunoby. You know what I mean? So that was the end of last year with OG Anunoby. Then they brought in Karl Anthony Towns and everything else. And I don't know. I'm looking at this right now. I'm not too sure that Knicks fans are happy with the trade like they were at the beginning of the season, because at the beginning of the season, my timeline was flooded with, New York Knicks made this trade. They're so happy with this. 2 weeks in, they were happy with this. Now my timeline is really, 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 really like light on New York Knicks. I gotta text my boys like, y'all still happy with the Knicks? Like, what's going on? Y'all still happy? I don't hear nothing. I don't hear nothing.
If you ever know a New Yorker, they're not happy with anything.
Yeah, that's true. And I know a ton of them. Yeah.
You know what I mean? New York just is not a place of happy people.
Very
So,
true.
that's gonna go down as one of the coldest trades that's ever been made.
Yeah, but I think they got worse. You think they got better, or you think they got worse?
100% better.
You think so?
100% better for
Mhm.
sure. Yeah, because first off, Julius Randle being left-handed, they had too many left-handed players.
Mhm.
And so you got to go back to you mentioned the OG trade. So
Mhm.
that was RJ Barrett.
Mhm.
So you have your three best players, Jalen Brunson, Julius Randle, and
Mhm.
RJ Barrett are all left-handed players. So they all are operating from the same place on the same side of the floor. It just doesn't work. So that's one thing. So now you get some more diversity with the hands, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
Jalen Brunson's still out there, but now you got Karl Anthony Towns, OG, and you add Mikal Bridges, and you got Josh Hart. It's like this is one of the things come playoff time. Because you gotta remember, man, the NBA season long, man. It'd be a lot of this going on, man.
Really? Yeah,
I,
I know. Yeah.
I watch a team at their best. At their best. Everybody at their best. I feel like Boston's the best team, hands down.
I think so
Everybody
too.
at their best.
Yeah.
Everybody healthy and all of that.
Mhm.
But the Knicks at their best gotta feel like they're the best team in the East. At least the second best.
The Knicks, I think, are the third or fourth best, and I'm gonna say that this is the reason why they got rid of Isaiah Hartenstein. I think he was the core, of banging down low. I think they're gonna miss him and Caruso. You know what I mean? They're getting rid of Caruso is gonna hurt them, and getting rid of not Caruso. Oh my God, and I forgot the guy's name, the redhead dude. That
You talking about
I'm gonna
DiVincenzo?
thank you, DiVincenzo. I think getting rid of him is gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt them. And when it comes time to the playoffs, because he was on one side, Josh Hart was on the other side, and they were raining threes when they couldn't bang down low. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
Hartenstein was banging down low for them. And right now, OG is he's not a banger. He's a finesse player. You know what I mean? So I think that's what I think the Knicks are going to end up suffering. But right now, everybody thinking Karl Anthony Towns is that dude. I'm like, Karl, he's a finesse dude. He's not a banger. Like, he don't bang down low like that. He's a finesse. He shoot outside, and when he comes down and bangs down low, he gets injured. He doesn't score. He's not the dude to me. You know what I mean? But everybody has their own opinion, especially when they get fandom in it. Like, I'm not a Knicks fan. I don't care if they win or lose. This is what I see looking from the outside in. I could care less if they win or lose. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. I
I
think,
think it's gonna hurt them.
yeah, I mean, only one team can win it. You know what I mean? So it's like
Yeah,
I think the Knicks, I don't even know how the Knicks got all this money.
it's New York, baby. It's how it
And,
is, man.
and I know Jalen Brunson took a crazy pay cut to
He
make
sure
sure that
did.
they could sign
Yeah,
everybody. But
yeah,
I'm looking at, once again, you can only play 5 guys at a time. And when
right,
it's really, really comes down to time, they're gonna be able to put out Brunson, Hart, OG, Bridges, and Karl Anthony Towns.
right,
That's a hell of a five to put on the court
right, right.
when it's time. You can switch a lot of matchups. You can spread the floor, and Josh Hart is like the unsung hero of this group. He gets all of the hustle plays, the offensive rebounds, the defensive plays that you just need. He does a lot of what Derek White does for Boston.
Right. Right. He does.
The difference is, so does Drew Holiday. Boston has two of those guys.
Yep. They sure do. One get tired. All right, come on. You need to come on. Get you go sit down. You come on in, and they still running fast. But this is the thing I want to throw out to you too, man. Jimmy Butler is the one. He redemanded the trade. He's out there right now. If Jimmy Butler lands on the Knicks, it changes their perspective of who they, how their team looks too. Like Jimmy Butler, he's interesting because if he goes to a certain different couple of teams, like if he goes, I'm not talking about money because money wise, a lot of stuff can't work. But let's just say he says, you know what, I'll make a trade, go to another team, and I'll rework my contract. If he reworks his contract And instead of getting that 55 million he's trying to get, and he says, I'll take a whole lot less because I just don't want to stay in Miami. If he goes to New York, New York's a different team. If he goes to Philly, the Knicks are completely different. If he goes to Milwaukee, Milwaukee now becomes a different team. I mean, you know what I mean? He changed the dynamic for a lot of different teams.
For sure. I think the only one of those that makes sense is Milwaukee.
Yeah.
I think Philly is done.
You think they're done? Why? Why do you think they're done?
But
They got Paul George. They got Tyrese Maxey. They got Joel Embiid. You know,
Tyrese Maxey is the best player over there.
He is.
And Joel can't be trusted. It just is what it is at this point. And Paul George don't move the needle.
Mm-hmm.
So adding Jimmy to that is just adding more chaos to a situation at this point. Jimmy Butler in Milwaukee though is very interesting. If I mean, I'm assuming you got to move Middleton to get it done.
Yeah, or somebody. Yeah, probably would be Middleton. Probably, yeah.
It'd probably be Middleton. Especially if you can hold on to Bobby Portis.
Yeah, but if you could hold on to Middleton and you could hold on to Bobby Portis and you trade him away and you only trade him away for two rounds of picks instead of trading away for actual player, now you're doing something over there in Milwaukee. Now you're doing some real damage. You know, like this.
Oh yeah. See, I don't know how all of those. If you can do that, then you the GM of the year. If you can pull that one off.
Yeah. But again, what they're able to do, they got so much. Milwaukee's so heavy loaded off of Dame's contract. There's a lot that they stuck with. They can't do a lot of different things. So they hope that they could, but you know, they got to rework that contract. But here's another contract that makes it interesting too. Zach LaVine looked like he's on the trading block. Zach LaVine actually not only looked like his name, and he just got healthy. His name is circulating through all the NBA boards and everything else. Like the Bulls is trying to give him away for nothing. And mind you, he's healthy again. He can come to your team. And I'm scared of him joining the Knicks, and I'm scared of him joining Cleveland. Those two teams I'm scared of, because if he go to Cleveland, Cleveland's already balling. You know what I mean? He could play the guard and the wing position. And then the way the Cleveland is set up right now, they already going to give the Celtics a hard time. They can't beat the Celtics, but they're giving them a hard time. But you add him, I think they could beat the Celtics. You know what I mean? That's my scary part. But where you want to see Zach LaVine land, if East or West, you know, doesn't matter.
You know, Zach LaVine been on the trading block for 7 seasons now.
Yeah.
Like
but he's giving away for nothing. They're giving him away for nothing right now. Like, you know, here you go.
Yeah. Zach LaVine in LA would be interesting.
But they ain't gonna win. So I don't think he approved that trade. They're not going nowhere. I think he wants to go to a contender. You know what I mean? So that changes. That's like OKC. You know, that's the Knicks. That's possibly Milwaukee. That's definitely Cleveland Cavaliers. That's, you know, like you talk about the same suspect.
I don't like none of those. Maybe Milwaukee. You know what I mean? It's like I don't. Cleveland is interesting because I think if you bring somebody into Cleveland, it got to be somebody who's very low maintenance, who can just fit into a role, because they already got this thing established of how they're playing. Donovan Mitchell took a huge step back as far as shots per game.
Yeah.
Trying to make sure everybody else eat. So I don't know if you bring Zach LaVine into that, but Milwaukee makes a little more sense, because I think Milwaukee is missing one last piece. And the piece that they're missing is Middleton, because he's just been hurt. He's not the same guy that he was. So they need that last scorer that can go get a bucket, but can stretch the floor and shoot. Zach LaVine does that. Jimmy Butler don't all the way do that, but he can make shots, and he weirdly fits into any role. In terms of Jimmy Butler can affect the game without shooting 25 shots a game.
And there's another player out there too, about to be given away for nothing. That's Zion. You know, like Zion is a beast. You know what I mean? Like, you know how Zion's playing, but ultimately he's being given away for nothing. And there's a couple of teams out there that'd be scary if he lands on too. You know what I mean? I don't know how the money's going to work right now, because Zion was under a rookie contract, but then he got his contract was put on incentives of obviously he got to lose weight, he got to hit certain parameters on playing time and XYZ and less injuries and everything else. But let's just say he checks off all those boxes. Where would you like to see Zion land besides the Lakers? Besides the Lakers, everybody says the Lakers. Where you see him? Where would you like to see him land?
I would like to see Zion in Miami.
Oh, I like that. But that's if Jimmy Butler stays or Jimmy Butler goes.
Either way, Jimmy Butler can go. That's fine. But Zion or not Zion, Miami has a very, very, very strict
they do
tight ship they run over there with cardio and in shape and weight. So I think Miami would get the best out of Zion physically.
Yeah,
and
they would.
Because Zion is one of the guys the league was banking on post LeBron to carry it into the next 15 years.
Yeah, until Ja Morant stole that shine from him. But yeah, you're right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. But he hasn't been, his body ain't allowed him to do it. He ain't been healthy. And
that's a good landing spot though, Lance. I like that pick. I love that you said that. If Zion lands in Miami, it would turn his career around. He would be able to change it, and Miami now becomes a contender again. Like I
just think you'll see the best version. You'll see what you thought you was gonna see coming out of high school and coming out of Duke.
Yeah.
You see when Zion came back now this last time, it looked like he was in great shape.
Right.
But you've seen Zion sometimes just look really out of shape.
Yeah, he looked really bad. Yeah.
You know what I mean? He looked real heavy. You know what I mean? And if you rooting for him, you like, oh, you got to get that under control because, the way that you play with the force and your athleticism, your body ain't gonna let you do that. That ain't gonna work. Like,
but is he the guy who's going to take the discipline? Because some of these younger dudes, man, they too soft. You know what I mean? Like you can't come down on them too hard because they rebel or they don't like taking direction. And I don't know his mindset. I don't know if he's ready for it because Pat Riley's old school. You know what I mean? Pat Riley, if he argued with Shaq, he gonna argue with Zion. You know what I mean? He don't care. So.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he might be, but it ain't like stuff he ain't heard already. It's not like he's new to being told to take better care of his body and be in shape. But another part is, you got to have a program in place to help people. It's obviously a struggle for him, and I don't think anybody wants to see him be great more than he does.
That's a great point.
He wants that for himself. So, I just, Miami has turned into what San Antonio was years ago.
That's another great
Players
point.
go over there to overachieve. I don't even say overachieve. They are put in a position that highlights their strengths. And, that's what he needs. He needs a very structured, disciplined place.
So, so would you like, because Steph Curry's in the news too. I saw something that he wrote that was quoted from him today saying Steph does not want the Dubs to make a desperate trade. He thinks, and the word is out that they're gonna make a desperate trade. So I was thinking, maybe they have Zion land there because that's not a desperate trade, for them. You know what I mean? They need a presence on the inside who could bang and pass the ball. Zion could check off both of those boxes. Like he checks them off, but he turns them into a completely different team if he lands on the Dubs, Golden State. What's your thoughts?
On them making a desperate trade or Zion and Golden State or both?
Both.
So the thing about a desperate trade, I understand it. People always talk about these trades, and I'd be like, well, who? Like, who are these people that you want? Like, who are these 7-foot freak athletes that's just walking around in the trading block? Are these amazing shooters that shoot 70% from three that stretch the floor? These people just don't exist.
Right.
So, like, you can throw names out there, like Marketing was a name that was connected to the Warriors all off season.
Right.
And it's like, okay, cool. You can get Lauri Marketing. what does that actually do for your team?
Mhm.
Paul George was attached to the Warriors. I don't know what pieces they were talking about moving. Okay, what is that? I think Paul George.
For Andrew Wiggins, that was the trade everybody was talking about. Paul George for Andrew Wiggins at the time.
Now I think that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you probably got to give up a little more than Wiggins, but if that's the core of the trade, okay, I understand. That's like position for position. Okay, you just made an upgrade. All right, cool.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of these trades do sound desperate. A lot of these trades, if you think about it, this is why the Oklahoma City's in the position they in, from teams making
Yeah.
desperate trades.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like,
If
oh,
I'm
give us all your draft picks for the next 20 years and your young star.
if I'm Steph, I'm seeking a trade to get out of Golden State because Golden State's going on the other end of the spectrum, bro. Like I don't see them getting any better. You know what I mean? If I'm him, let me go to a team that needs a shooter like me so we can win a championship. Because you got too many pieces that you need on Golden State to win a championship versus me going to a team that's one piece away. You know what I mean? Do I make
Yeah,
sense?
well, I'm gonna tell you a little secret. Every team in NBA history needs a shooter like Steph Curry.
Yeah, that's true too. But check this out. If you drop Steph on the Knicks win the championship. You know, like who says that they don't? You know what I mean? The way they play, you put him outside, and the Knicks can win the championship. That's how they could beat the Celtics because the Celtics are a 3-point shooting team. You add him, he's one of the best 3-point shooters. Now the Knicks can ultimately see the end. Okay, now we can beat the Celtics. You add him on Milwaukee. Now Milwaukee can at least get past a couple other people. You add him on Cleveland. They win the championship. You see what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
they want. It's easier for him to go. That's what I think he should do. But who's
Yeah, I mean,
like,
hey, bro, you get to a point. You know, you have established a culture there. There was no championship winning there until you and Draymond and Clay and Iggy and you know what I mean. Y'all got there and put that together. Do you want to spend the back half of your career chasing championships on different teams? You know, probably not.
But you do need to do something right now because you're going on the wrong side of things. You know what I mean? And if he does get one more championship, now you're talking about him being as one of the greatest players of all time. You know what I mean? To ever play the game. If he gets one more, you know what I mean? So maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. But Jordan changed his teams. You know what I mean? Like you go down the list. Everybody, LeBron changed his team. Kobe was up to get traded. You move. You know what I mean? You ain't gonna stay in the same team. So
yeah, he seems like a lifer. He seems like he don't want to go anywhere. I mean, it could change, but like if Tom Brady left, if Brett Favre left, if Michael Jordan left, you know what I mean? It's like, well, he can leave too. It's just he feels like, even when they talk about basketball, like Kobe Bryant tried to leave, Tim Duncan tried to leave.
Yeah.
Tim Duncan was set to go to Orlando.
He was gone. He was just about gone. But people don't know that. He was just about
that
gone.
was done. But things happen, and sometimes it's for the better. It's like that would have been crazy if I would have left. You know what I mean? Like, and nobody thought that Golden State would win that championship in 21 or 22. 21. Yeah, the last one they won.
Right.
It's like and they showed the potential early this year of how well they can play. It's just a piece. Mm-hmm. What the piece is, I don't know. The development of like Kuminga and Moses Moody and that, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah.
Yeah, bro, I already know. But bro, I'm looking at the time. First of all, I want to thank you for joining the show. I'm kind of bothered that a couple other cats didn't join. They text me during the show time, so they're giving me time to say, yeah, we can't make the show, but you know how this goes when you do a show.
It happens, man. We had a great time, people. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Thank you.
What else do y'all want, man? We just here talking shop. You know what I mean? A little football, a little basketball. You know what I mean? Just a little conversation about the sports world. That's all, people.
That's it. So I know you got some stuff that you're looking forward to. I know you got I know you got the schedule out there coming up for the weekend, bro. What's it look like?
Oh
What you doing
man,
this weekend?
it's great. So I'm in the Bay this weekend. San Jose Improv, um, San Jose Improv, Sacramento Punchline. Yeah, this weekend is pretty chill. I get to stay in California, so I'm excited. Follow my
Bro, what's it
Instagram.
like being
Everybody, what's up?
what's it like being a comedian and right before we get out of here, what's it like being a comic and your weekends are booked all over the country every weekend when you get to that point? What's it like? Because I know you
It's a
remember when it was
blessing.
you sitting there trying to get there.
It's a blessing. It's a blessing, man, because that was the goal before you even knew what you was supposed. You just seen like I'm working every weekend. It wasn't even about the money. It was about the production. It's
Mm-hmm.
like I'm being productive in this way and I'm working every weekend. I am establishing myself in this world, this comedy world.
Right.
So it's beautiful, man. It's like you meet all of these different people. You know what I mean? You are exposed to all of these different audiences. You know, there's no complaints. Nobody likes being in the airport all the time.
Yeah,
But
that's true.
if
Yeah.
that's the downside, then we'll take that every time.
Well, thank you for joining the show, bro. I enjoy your sketches. I really do. Some of them I watch a couple of times. I think they
That's where all
funny.
the views coming from you.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
thought it
me.
was
Yeah,
organic, but
yeah,
no pictures. You watching them a
yeah.
couple thousand times, and I appreciate it. Keep doing it. Why
Yeah,
not?
getting you paid. But when you put the sketches up that hey, got nothing to do with you going out this weekend or something like that, those are the ones that's supposed to be most hilarious. Like I really think they're funny. But thank you for joining the show, man. Greatly appreciate it. I want to thank obviously my producers in the back. Let me bring up White Chocolate real fast. White Chocolate, say something. Say something.
Hey, what's happening, Lance? How you doing?
What's up, white chocolate?
White
Yeah,
chocolate.
he, he
My
is
wife
my
doesn't call me
computer.
that, unfortunately.
Yeah,
They,
yeah.
they, they call me black milk. So that's what's up.
I also want to give a shout out to my man Kevy Kev. You know, he the one who like to stay behind the scene, don't like to be seen. So thank
Oh,
you for
he
that.
on the run. He on child support. Bring him on the screen. Let
All right, here you go. There you go. Child support.
let child support know who to look for. There you go.
There you go, right there. There you go.
Hold on.
Child
Yep,
support.
he on the thing right now. Yeah. No, it's Lane, Layne. Well, no, it looked like he was in the interrogation room. I don't know exactly, but go get him.
There you go.
He got the money here, producer on the show. Everybody
Yeah,
knows producer got all the money.
do you need another description, Lance? Here you go, right here. See, you need another description. There you go. See what he look like. So,
Look, y'all see that?
all right, there you go. You got it. You got it. Okay, there you go. Lance,
Yeah.
thank you for doing this show, bro. I really appreciate it, man. I hope to see you tomorrow. If not, I understand because it's a tough assignment being on every day. But either way, Box Seats will be back tomorrow. We'll be back
I
5 to
see
6.
to be back manana. I gotta see. I'm running around, but either way, man, I'm always a text away.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate you for joining the show. Box Seats is on from 5 to 6. White Chocolate up there is on the show we call Boston Straight Shooters that we do on Wednesdays. Do we do it on Wednesdays?
Wednesdays at 8 p.m.
There it is. We're supposed to do it again in an hour and some change. So anyway, thank you all for joining the show. We appreciate you. Thank y'all for watching. Thanks, Lance Woods. Make sure y'all check him out on the road. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Thank you all for joining. Take care. Peace.